If a poor young man stood in front of you asking for one chance, would you see his torn clothes or his hidden potential? This is the story of a luxury restaurant, a cruel humiliation, and a quiet act of kindness that changed everything. A struggling young man named Adam begs for a job at a five-star restaurant but is publicly humiliated by the head chef. An older waiter secretly gives him a chance. When a sudden kitchen disaster threatens the restaurant's reputation during a visit from a famous food critic, the young dishwasher steps forward and creates a dish that saves the entire business. The shocking truth about his past leaves everyone speechless and proves that true talent and dignity can never be judged by appearance. The restaurant was known as the pride of the city. Crystal chandeliers glowed above polished marble floors. Soft piano music floated through the air. Luxury cars lined the street outside every evening. Influential businessmen, celebrities, and wealthy families filled the tables almost every night. Inside the kitchen, however, the atmosphere was very different. It was loud, intense, demanding. At the center of it all stood head chef Martin Keller, a man feared more than respected. His standards were perfection. His temper was legendary. "No mistakes," he shouted as flames rose from the stoves. "This is not a street cafe. This is fine dining." The staff moved quickly, almost nervously around him. That evening, as the dinner rush was about to begin, the back door of the restaurant opened quietly. A young man stepped inside. His clothes were clean but worn. His shoes had visible cracks along the sides. His hands looked rough, as if they were used to hard labor. His name was Adam. He had been coming to the restaurant for 3 days straight. Each time he had been turned away, but he came again. He stood near the kitchen entrance, holding a folded job application. Chef Martin noticed him immediately. "Why are you here again?" Martin asked sharply. Adam swallowed his fear. "Sir, I am looking for work. Any work. I can wash dishes, clean floors, carry supplies. I just need one opportunity." A few cooks exchanged amused glances. Martin walked closer and looked Adam up and down slowly. "Do you even know where you are?" he said. "This restaurant serves the elite of the city. We do not hire just anyone who walks in from the street." Soft laughter echoed in the kitchen. Adam felt his face burn with embarrassment. "I am willing to learn," he said quietly. Martin's voice grew colder. "This is not a charity. Leave before I call security." Adam lowered his eyes. For a moment, it seemed like he might argue. Instead, he nodded and turned toward the door. Before he could leave, an older waiter stepped forward. His name was Samuel, though most people called him Sam. He had worked at the restaurant for over 25 years. He had seen chefs come and go. He had seen owners change. He had watched the restaurant grow from a small family business into a luxury brand. "Chef," Sam said calmly, "let him try for 1 week." Martin looked annoyed. "This is not your decision." "I know," Sam replied, "but we are short on dishwashers. If he fails, I will take responsibility." The kitchen fell silent. Martin studied Adam again. "1 week," he said finally. "You wash dishes. You speak to no customers. You stay out of my way. If you make one mistake, you are gone." Adam's eyes filled with relief. "Thank you, sir." The first day was brutal. Plates covered in grease and sauce, stacked endlessly. Steam burned his hands. His back ached from standing for hours. No one thanked him. No one spoke kindly to him. But he worked without complaint. Late that night, after most of the staff had left, Sam handed him a glass of water. "You did not quit," Sam said gently. Adam managed a tired smile. "I cannot afford to quit." The third day brought unexpected tension. A famous food critic was coming to review the restaurant. If the review was negative, the restaurant's reputation could suffer greatly. Reservations could drop. Investors could panic. Chef Martin was under enormous pressure. Everything must be flawless, he ordered. The evening began smoothly. Appetizers left the kitchen perfectly plated. Guests seemed satisfied. Then, disaster struck. The signature main course, a complex dish that required precise timing, was ruined. The meat overcooked. An entire batch was wasted. Martin stared at the pan in disbelief. "We do not have time to remake it," a cook whispered. The critic's order was already placed. Panic spread through the kitchen like fire. "What do we serve him now?" someone asked. Martin ran a hand through his hair. For the first time, uncertainty crossed his face. From the corner near the sink, Adam spoke softly. "Chef, I can prepare something." The kitchen froze. Martin turned slowly. "You?" Adam stepped forward. "Yes, sir." A cook laughed openly. "The dishwasher wants to cook." "This is not a joke," Martin snapped. Adam's voice remained steady. "Please, give me 15 minutes." There was no backup plan. No time left. Martin clenched his jaw. "If this fails, you will never step into this kitchen again." Adam nodded. He moved quickly but calmly. He selected simple ingredients, seasonal vegetables, a modest cut of meat. No complicated techniques, no dramatic presentation. He cooked with focus and care, tasting quietly, adjusting gently. 15 minutes later, he placed the dish on a white plate. It was elegant in its simplicity. Martin hesitated, but finally nodded to the waiter. The plate was carried to the critic's table. The entire kitchen waited. The critic lifted his fork. He took one bite. Silence. He took another. Then a slow smile appeared on his face. He called the waiter closer and said something quietly. Minutes later, the waiter rushed back to the kitchen. "He says it is remarkable," the waiter said, barely hiding his excitement. "He says it tastes honest." Relief flooded the room. The next morning, the newspaper headline read, "A restaurant that cooks from the heart." The review praised the dish for its authenticity and emotional depth. Reservations doubled within days. Investors called to congratulate the owner. Chef Martin summoned Adam to his office. "Where did you learn to cook like that?" Martin demanded. Adam stood straight. "My father," he replied. Martin frowned. "Was he a chef?" "Yes," Adam said. "He was the original head chef of this restaurant, before it became famous, when it was small and family-owned." Martin's expression changed. Adam continued. "He made one mistake during a busy night many years ago. A dish was sent out undercooked. The management blamed him entirely and dismissed him. After that, no major restaurant would hire him. His reputation was damaged." The room felt heavy. "He spent the rest of his life cooking in small local cafes," Adam said. "Before he passed away, he told me something. He said, 'One day, go back there. Not for revenge, but to prove that our food was always made with dignity.'" Martin sat down slowly. He remembered the story. He had been a junior cook back then. He had not defended Adam's father. Guilt crept into his thoughts. "Why did you not tell us who you were?" Martin asked quietly. Adam looked down briefly. "Because I wanted to earn respect, not inherit it." That afternoon, Chef Martin gathered the entire staff. He stood beside Adam. "This young man saved this restaurant," Martin said. "I judged him by his clothes and nearly lost everything. Today I learned that talent does not announce itself loudly. Sometimes it washes dishes in silence." He turned to Adam. "From this moment forward, you are my assistant chef." The kitchen erupted into applause. Sam stood in the back, with tears in his eyes. Later that night, as the restaurant glowed once again with success, Adam stepped outside for a moment of quiet. Sam joined him. "Your father would be proud," Sam said. Adam looked up at the shining sign above the entrance. "I hope so," he replied. Inside, guests laughed and celebrated, unaware of the transformation that had just taken place behind the kitchen doors. The restaurant had not only gained a brilliant chef, it had rediscovered its heart. And all because someone chose to offer one small chance instead of one quick judgment.